This is the planet Earth, our planet. It is a small planet wrapped in clouds, but for us it is a very important place. It is home. But supposing we look away from the Earth and travel in our imaginations across the vast starry stretches of outer space. Then we can imagine other stars. Stranger stars by far than ever shone in our night sky. And planets too. This calm, serene orb, sailing majestically among the myriad stars of the firmament. Perhaps this star too is home for somebody. Can we imagine the sort of people that might live on a star like this? Let us go very close. Let us look and listen very carefully. And perhaps we shall see and hear. That is a clanger. And that is another clanger. They seem to have a piece of rope. And now they seem to be having a bit of an argument about their piece of rope. Quite right, too. That's no way for clangers to behave. Ah, now that is Major Clanger with his flying machine. All set, ready to fly up into the sky. Oh dear. Oh, poor Major Clanger. He's had a very hard day. What he needs is a mug of soup. Small Clanger will fetch it. And Tiny Clanger wants to come too. So Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger are going to the soup wells to find the soup dragon and ask her for some soup. Well, here are the soup wells, but where is the soup dragon? There she is. Soup, yes, delicious. Lovely soup. And Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger could go outside and play while he has a rest. There's an interesting thing, look. The remains of the flying machine. Small Clanger is busy thinking. I expect he's inventing a flying machine. Now, where are they going with that empty balloon? She's blowing it up for them. Yes, well, it is a flying machine, of a sort. Oh, poor tiny Clanger, bouncing on the ceiling. They must get her down. Poor tiny Clanger, safe at last, but very frightened. Small Clanger seems rather pleased with himself. He made a flying machine, and it really worked. But his parents are angry. They think it was a dangerous game. Well, it was dangerous, wasn't it? But in the end, they have to laugh. And once they start laughing, they laugh and laugh and laugh. And then they can't be angry anymore. Of all the stars and moons and planets that shine in the sky, by far the most troublesome is surely this one. This small cloud-covered planet is our Earth, the home of the human race. From a distance, it looks harmless enough. Just a coat of mist and clouds, hiding the land and the sea. The trouble is that the people there mankind, us, are not content to stay in one place, but are constantly hurling objects into space. Some of these objects come back to Earth, but the others, satellites, spent rockets, and other unwanted articles, litter the orbits of the Earth and the space beyond. Who can say where some of this expensive rubbish may ultimately arrive as it hurtles aimlessly through the universe? That small clanger. He's heard something. Here it comes again. Well, of course, that's right. The only thing to do is to set up the equipment and try and catch it. Oh, it has stopped. Perhaps it's tired or hungry. So Tiny Clanger runs off to the soup wells to find the soup dragon and ask her for some soup for their visitor, who is hungry. Yes, here is the soup. But their visitor doesn't seem to have a mouth. How do they give it the soup?
À la voix des nuits au-dessus sur le photo, tous les feux et tous les pédophiles qui font taille, et potence, et la boîte de ceux qui font tous amusants. Aïe, aïe, qu'on feuille danser les tirs, et qu'on taille à veille,
Yes, it's nice to have visitors, but sometimes it's even nicer to see them go. This planet, this cloudy planet, is the Earth. It is our home, the place where you and I live. But supposing we look away from the Earth and travel, in our imaginations, across the vast, endless stretches of outer space. There we can imagine other stars, stranger stars by far than ever shone in our night sky, and other stranger people too. People, perhaps, whose civilization, skill, and efficiency may be far in advance of ours. Well, that must be a rocket. And that's Major Clanger, ready to start the countdown. I wonder what sort of rocket it is. That was the best sort of rocket, a skyrocket full of stars. And of course they want to let off another one. That one hit something. Look out. What an extraordinary lot of objects. Well, the only thing to do is to carry them below and try to fit them together again. If there's one thing that clangers are really good at, it's putting together bits of machinery. There, it's all done. I wonder what it is. It looks like a sort of chicken. How very peculiar. It's an iron chicken. And a very polite iron chicken it is too. And so it says goodbye and walks away. And it's nearly time for Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger to fetch the soup for the Clangers' tea. And there go Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger on their trolley, off to the soup wells to fetch a jug of soup. What have they seen? Oh, it mustn't do that. It's eating the copper trees. That's not allowed. They must tell the soup dragon. Look, it's drinking the soup straight out of the soup bag. It mustn't do that. And it just walks away again. Whatever will it do next? It's walking through the wall. It walks straight through the wall. Oh yes, don't forget the soup. And home they go to tell Mother Clanger what they have seen. I wonder if she will believe them. Look up there! Find out! The roof is breaking! Find out! Look at that! The iron chicken is eating their tea. She seems to be enjoying it too, but I don't think Major Clanger will be pleased. Oh dear, now she's upset. She's going broody. Well, she doesn't understand. Somebody should be friendly and explain things to her. Yes, Tiny Clanger will do it. And she's brought her a present. Now, whatever is she doing? An egg! And it's a present for Tiny Clanger. And away she flies, back to her spiky nest, somewhere in the sky. If we look out at the night sky, we can see millions of stars. And the stars we can't see, we can imagine. We can imagine them any color and shape we like. But of course, we cannot hear them. This star, for instance, this serene orb sailing forever through the silence of the sky. Does it ring with the music of the spheres? Or is it always silent? Or is it silent simply because just now the inhabitants are inside, safely asleep in their beds? Funny, I can hear music. It seems to be coming out of the egg. And that's Tiny Clanger, and that's the egg the iron chicken gave her. I wonder what's inside it. They're notes. Notes of music. There's the soup dragon look. She seems very interested in those notes. She's eating the music. Oh dear, only 2 notes left. What can they do with 2 notes? Well, they've planted the notes. They don't seem to be growing very fast. Yes, perhaps they need watering. Perhaps the cloud will rain on them. The cloud doesn't seem to be moving. Perhaps it doesn't like being blown at. Well, there you are. It only wanted to be asked. planets in the solar system. Of all the stars in the Milky Way, perhaps the most troublesome is this one. This cloud-covered planet called Earth. Our planet, the home of the human race. People have stood on the Earth and looked away into the sky and tried to imagine what life would be like on other planets, other stars. And they have done more than imagine. They have invented things. Complex rockets so powerful that they will blast away from the Earth and carry space probes to invade these distant planets. Robot devices that will land, explore, take photographs, and even dig up pieces of the unfortunate planet and make off with them. Who can say what havoc may be caused? What peaceful lives disrupted by these unwarranted intrusions? Look, there are the Clangers. They seem to be building something. It looks like a sort of house, doesn't it? Oh, one of them has heard something. Something coming. Take cover. Get below, quick. Oh, look at that. Their house is all smashed. Whatever could have done that? Here it comes. Hide, everybody. Look out. It's some sort of machine. Look out. It's digging up pieces of the planet. Ooh, and it's putting them in its mouth. It's eating pieces of the planet. Major Clanger won't like that. That's right. Tell it to stop. Oh, what a rude machine. Ah, that's better. It wants to shake hands with Major Clanger. How do you do? It's come off in his hand. He'd better give that back. That belongs to the machine. The machine's running away. Well, if it doesn't want it, it needn't have it. Marvelous. Major Clanger thinks it's marvelous. He thinks it's so marvelous that he's making a speech. He's telling the Clangers they must make a space rocket and fly away to that distant golden planet. So the Clangers are going below to make their rocket. But Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger are more interested in the thing the machine left behind. Funny looking thing, isn't it? Like a telescope. They could ask the music trees to hold it for them. Then they could look through it properly. That's right. All fixed up. I wonder what she can see. Oh, yes, it is a telescope. There's the Earth. They must go below and tell the others all about it. Oh, yes, well, they seem to be a bit busy making up their rocket. I don't think they have time to listen to small clangers. I'm afraid they aren't going to listen. Yes, all right then. They'll go back and play with their telescope. Now, what are they going to look at? What an odd-looking planet. Ah, look, that's Tiny Clanger's friend, the iron chicken. Tiny Clanger is calling her. It's no good shouting. The chicken can't hear. She's much too far away. She's taking no notice. Poor Tiny Clanger. She doesn't understand about telescopes. Oh, look! They've made that rocket already. That was quick, wasn't it? That is the planet he is going to. Tiny Clanger is having a closer look at that planet. There's the rocket, all set for the countdown. Tiny Clanger's seen something. Stop, 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 hold everything. Have a look through that. Something very alarming. Ah, now Major Clanger is coming to have a look. Oh. Oh dear, yes, I see. What an unpleasant-looking place. No, I don't think the Clangers will want to go there. No. No, no, what a good thing they were able to look at it first. Now they can put the rocket away and save it for something useful. This is the planet Earth, the place where we live. It is a small star, one among millions of others in the universe. And it's interesting to turn away from the Earth and imagine that we have a big telescope which will allow us to look at other stars. Stars like ours, but far stranger than ours. And perhaps on one such star, somebody is also sitting comfortably with a telescope and is scanning the sky, hoping to catch a glimpse of old friends. Oh yes, It's Small Clanger and Tiny Clanger looking through their telescope. Tiny Clanger is calling somebody. Oh yes, Tiny Clanger's friend, the iron chicken on her nest. Oh, and Tiny Clanger has found a jewel for her. There's Mother Clanger. Time to go indoors now. Soup time. Poor Tiny Clanger. She never understands how far away the chicken's nest really is. She's telling the music trees all about it. Poor Tiny Clanger. What she'd really like to do is to fly all the way to the chicken's nest to give her the jewel she has found and have a nice cup of tea and a chat. The music trees have dropped some notes for her. She's making them into a ring. Ah, they rise up as she spins them. Very interesting. Ah, now she's going to make something. Clangers are very clever at making things. Ah, it's a sort of helicopter. It flies, but it doesn't look very safe. I hope she isn't thinking of going very far on that thing. Oh dear, what can they do? What can they do? Poor Tiny Clanger. Of course, yes. Major Clanger's space rocket. There it is. All set. Ready? Contact. And away he goes. Good luck, Major Clanger. Oh dear. It's broken. Look, the notes have come adrift. Poor Tiny Clanger is floating in space. Poor Tiny Clanger. What can they do? Oh, what can they do? Ah, the iron chicken has seen her. The chicken will know what to do. That's it. And up they go. But they still have to think of some way to bring Tiny Clanger home. Ah, now. Small Clanger is having a word with the cloud. I've thought of an idea. Now I wonder what it is. He's lining them up, I think. Ah, yes. Blow. They're blowing the cloud. Blowing it away. Ah, yes, there's Tiny Clanger, having a cup of tea and a chat with her friend. Ah, yes, the jewel berry that Tiny Clanger found. It's a present for the chicken. Very pretty. And now she is looking for a present for Tiny Clanger. What an odd-looking thing. It's a sort of hat with an aerial on the top. Isn't that odd? And here comes the cloud to take Tiny Clanger home. The chicken gives a flap of her wings to help them on their way. And Tiny Clanger goes home, very pleased with her present. But I don't think she'll be so happy when she arrives. I'm afraid the Clangers will be rather cross with her. Straight to bed. Straight to bed. It's a radio hat. A radio so she can talk to her friend. Good night, chicken. Good night, Tiny Clanger. We can stand on our firm earth, on this planet which is our home, and we can look out at the vast empty spaces of the universe. We can ask ourselves, how empty are these spaces between the stars? Who can say? For years now, men have been hurling unwanted objects away beyond the orbits of the earth. And of course, who knows what other civilizations on other worlds have also been using the universe as a celestial rubbish dump. Some enterprising creatures with proper equipment could reap a rich harvest by trawling this vast, endless sea. Ah, there are the Clangers, look, ready with their seesaws. What has she caught? Nothing. Oh, the net is broken. What a pity. They'll have to go indoors and tell Major Clanger they've broken the net. Ah, Major Clanger doesn't mind about the broken net. He has made another flying machine that will fly up and away into the sky. It's ready now. Now pull it outside and try it. Now I wonder if this machine is going to work. Now it's all ready. And up it goes. Oh. Oh dear, that's not one of his best machines. So they drag it away and try again with something else. Tiny Clangers thought of an idea. They're going to talk to the music trees. Notes from the music trees. Now I wonder what they want those for. Thank you. Now she's laying them out in a line. Oh, look out. Here comes the soup dragon. She is particularly fond of music, only she eats it. Now keep her off, Tiny Clanger. Keep her off, she'll eat the notes. Well, that's got rid of her. Now perhaps they can get on with whatever they're making. One of the fat rings from the cheese trees. Now what do they want that for? Oh, I see. They're making a musical wheel. Very interesting. Now what next? Oh, I know. Fix it on there. Look, it rises. And it flies. Look out. Look out. Ah, I see what they have done. They have fixed it to the flying machine. Now I wonder if this flying machine will work. Yes, that's good. That really flies. Now for some real fishing. He's caught something. What is it? It looks like a little green fish. It's very small. Yes, quite right. That's the best thing to do with it. Throw it back. Perhaps it will grow. This is the planet Earth, our home, the place where we live. We can stand on our Earth and look out at the vast empty sky and see millions of stars shining like bright dots. And in between the stars, just empty space. But is it empty? We can imagine strange stars in the sky. Perhaps we can also imagine other things too, unknown objects too small to see from here, hurtling about in the space between the stars. What would they be like? Who knows? But perhaps some enterprising fisherman could sail his boat across this vast endless sea and cast his rod and line to catch some very unusual fish. And there is small Clanger in their musical boat. He's fishing. Missed. Comes something else. He's caught it. Very odd. Looks like a top hat. There's something in it. Come on out, little thing. Come on out. Three of them, out of one hat. They're sort of froglet things, aren't they? How extraordinary. There's Mother Clangers setting the tablecloth. There they are again. How odd. They're going into the bed caves. Mother Clanger won't like that. Just come on out of there. You know, I think those froglets are just making fun of Mother Clanger. Yes, she's seen them all right. They're right next to you. Or they were, a minute ago. Poor Mother Clanger. She's quite put out by all this disturbance. Oh, soup. Oh, yes, it's soup time. Time to fetch soup from the soup wells. Here comes Tiny Clanger. She seems to be very worried about something. Perhaps she's seen them too. Well, Small Clanger is coming. Oh dear, the froglets. They don't look at all well. What can they do? Oh yes, that's right. Put them on the trolley and take them to the soup wells. The soup dragon will know what to do about them. Ah, yes, perhaps some hot soup would do them good. Yes, this will revive them. There we are. Oh. Oh, well, Major Clanger didn't stay very long. Poor froglets. They're still not at all well. They must do something. Of course, put them back in the hat. They won't go in. They all came out of the hat, but now they won't go back in it again. Ah, yes, some rather special soup. Blue and white pudding soup. Very nourishing. Yes. Yes, yes, that seems to have done the trick. And now they want some more. There isn't any more. If they want more, somebody must fetch it from the pudding soup wells. Small Clanger will fetch it if the soup dragon tells him exactly how to find the way. Very complicated directions. I hope he'll be able to find the way. Now, which way was it? Very odd. Those caves seem to be a bit crooked. Now, which way? Through there, was it? Ooh, like a pond. Another froglet. Yes, another froglet. It must come upstairs and meet the others. And they're pleased to see each other. Oh, goodbye, froglets, or whatever you are. Goodbye. This is the planet Earth, the home of the human race, our home. Here on the surface of this cloudy planet, you and I, our families, our friends, are working, playing, living, dying. Eating, drinking, getting married, being born, laughing, dancing, singing, worrying, and sometimes weeping, all on the outside of one small star. We can turn our eyes away from the Earth and look out at the myriad other stars in the sky. We can wonder about the lives of other creatures on other planets. Are their lives sad? Are they lonely? Are they perhaps always happy, calm and free from worries, going about their daily lives gaily and cheerfully, without ever the slightest sign of peevishness or bad temper? Ah, now, the soup dragon. Oh, dear. She doesn't seem very friendly today. Yes, he's seen the soup dragon, all right. Major Clanger will go and have a word with her. He'll see if he can find out why she's upset. Well, you know how it is, day in, day out, slaving over a hot volcano. A dragon gets fed up now and then. Soup! Soup! They want soup! Soup? Soup, please. What is she doing? She's picking the macaroni branches. What an odd thing to do. Yes, they can help her pick macaroni. They'll both pick macaroni for the dragon. There, a big pile of macaroni branches. Oh, dear. Yes, go indoors and leave her. Music. Yes, perhaps a merry tune will cheer her up. Good. Very pretty, but I wonder if she really likes music. Ah, now Tiny Clanger is taking advice. She is consulting her friend, the Iron Chicken. The Iron Chicken will know what to do. Yes, it's the dragon. She seems to have gone all broody. She sits and grumbles. And they can't get any soup. And she's carried out masses of macaroni branches and laid them in a heap. Ah, yes, you see, that's easy. The Iron Chicken knows what that means. She'll tell Tiny Clanger exactly what to do. 1. Fetch the egg, the iron egg. 1 jewel berry. Yes. Put them all in the egg. 4 notes of music. Copper leaves. 3 drops of water. And give it a good shake. What a complicated list of things to do. Oh, here they are. They've fetched the things already. The egg, the jewel berry, the copper leaves. Now, where's the music? Ah, yes. There it is. And now, 3 drops of water. Perhaps the cloud will be kind enough. A good shake. And put it on the nest. All done and ready. Now, everybody must keep out of the way while she fixes up the machine. That's right. Everybody below. All down now. Now, there's an extraordinary looking machine she's made. Mind you, that's an exceptionally clever chicken. And very experienced with electrical devices of all sorts. I wonder what it does. It shines. It shines a greenish light. Look, it's shining on the egg. And the egg is changing. Do you see? Ah, now that's interesting. An egg on her nest. Yes, she's sitting on the egg. Switch off. It's hatched. The egg is hatched. Soup time. Come on, everybody. Soup time. And that was all she wanted. A baby soup dragon. Thank you, chicken. Good night. Good night, Tiny Clanger. And it's soup time at last. And now the soup dragon is no longer the only soup dragon in the universe. Now there are two soup dragons, both doing well, working hard, and very happy. If we go out of doors on a clear night and look up at the sky, we can see millions of stars. Bright stars, twinkling stars, dim stars. So many that we couldn't begin to count them, nor know what they would really look like if we could see them close to. But we can let our imagination wander through the universe and wonder to ourselves what shapes these distant stars might have. Would they all be plain spheres like our Earth? Or would they come in many sizes and all manner of strange and marvelous shapes? Well, we know that isn't a star. That is small Clanger, fishing from the music boat. He's heard something. Got it! What has he got? A little trumpet. A little hoot. I wonder if it plays. Tiny Clanger wants to know if he's caught something. He has, and he'll play it for her indoors. What a little noise! Ah, now, Mother Clanger is calling them. She wants them to fetch her a jug of soup from the soup wells. Ah, well, a Clanger's work is never done. The hoot, look, it's rolling. Here they are at the soup wells. That's the baby dragon's voice. What a strange noise. I wonder what that is. Ah, here are the froglets. There's that noise again. Seems to be coming from the caves. Small Clanger is going to go below and see if he can find out what it is that's making that noise. That must be the same hoot that small Clanger found. But hasn't it grown enormous? They're going to tell the others what they found. I don't think that hoot really likes to be left alone. Stay there, little hoot. They won't be a minute. What a din! What a noise! What a loud thing! Major Clanger won't like that noise. Yes, be quiet. That's better. Be silent. Well, it's certainly trying to be quiet anyway. Oh, well, that has stopped it. Poor hoot. Poor hoot, that must be uncomfortable. There you are. Stay quiet and they won't have to gag him. Good hoot. Good hoot. It's landed on his nose. Quick, do something. Stop it hooting. Quick. Tiny Clanger has an idea. Very interesting. Very musical. Definitely an improvement, yes, yes. Yes, that seems to have solved that little problem. If we look at this little planet, this Earth, our world, we can see that one side of it is dark and that one side of it is lit by the light of the sun. On the dark side of the world, it is nighttime, and on the light side of the world, it is daytime. And as the world goes round, so the time of day changes for the people on the world. But only on our world. That is our day and our night. We can look away from the Earth and ask ourselves what time it may be on other planets and other stars. Not all of them go round once in 24 hours like the Earth does. Some may have short days and nights. Some may have no day and no night, just an everlasting twilight, and the creatures who live in such a world would have to invent their own days and nights, their own times for sleeping, and times for waking, for working, and for dancing. And there are the Clangers, dancing to their friend the Hoot. You remember, they filled it with notes from the music trees. Look at the time. Bedtime. Time for bed. Good night. Good night, Clangers. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. There, and they all settle down for sleep. Oh, yes, the poor old Hoot all by itself. There, that's better. Good night, little Hoot. Sleep well. Oh, I can hear music. I wonder what that is. Yes, it's louder. They're going outside to look. It's a star, a planet. I wonder if that's where the Hoot came from. Perhaps they'd better go below and fetch Major Clanger. Poor Major Clanger, he was asleep. Things falling out of it. Look. 3 Hoots. I hope they're friendly. Well, the Clangers are friendly anyway. They're always very polite to visitors. They don't seem to be very friendly, do they? The other Hoot wasn't noisy and pushing and unpleasant, so why should these Hoots be like that? Perhaps they're looking for something. They are, and they've found it. But it doesn't hoot anymore. It It makes music notes. Pretty notes from the music trees. They're angry. That's right, Tiny Clanger. That's right, make them leave him alone. That's shaken the music notes out of it. Now we'll see what sort of noise it makes. That's marvelous. And they like it. Oh, yes. Look at the time. Bedtime. Clangers want to sleep. Be quiet. Quiet. Listen. Time for Hoots to go home. Goodbye, Hoots. And away they sail, away to their distant musical constellation, somewhere in the sky. This world of ours, this cloudy planet warmed by the sun, protected from the dangers of space by a thick overcoat of warm atmosphere, is a cozy, pleasant place to live. We know it is because we live there, millions of us all together, the human race. But if, in our imaginations, we turn away from the Earth and think about other planets, other less fortunate stars, we realize that life there might be very different, very bleak and dull. The solitary fisher, setting off to catch what she can in the vast empty spaces of the universe, may feel very much alone. And there is Tiny Clanger, fishing from the music boat. There's something coming. She's caught it. I wonder what it is. A net. A net full of gold coins. What a marvelous thing to have caught. A bag full of treasure. And all for Tiny Clanger. and she drags them indoors, very secretly, very quietly. She's dropped them. Shh! Be quiet. She's creeping in with treasure. Shh! Granny Clanger doesn't want that. Look, what funny-looking things. Round, shiny things. Whatever are they for? Tiny Clanger brought them in and dropped them. They are mine, says Tiny Clanger. They are mine, mine. I found them and they are mine. And Tiny Clanger drags her treasure away up to her private cave. There's the baby dragon. Oh, he's come to play ball with the Clangers. They often play ball together, but today Tiny Clanger is busy. No, I think she's too busy to play ball. She's counting her treasure. Here's Mother Clanger. She needs soup. But I'm afraid Tiny Clanger is too busy to fetch soup. It's not worth it. She'll fetch the soup herself. Help lay the table? Well, as a matter of fact, she really thinks she should stay and look after her treasure. Perhaps somebody else would help lay the table? Small Clanger, for instance? Hi, look out. The baby dragon's after your money. But it's only a joke. He wouldn't really steal Tiny Clanger's treasure. Bye-bye, baby dragon. Here we are then. Here's Mother Clanger with the soup. Where's Tiny? Tiny should be sitting at the table. She's dropped it. She spilt the money. And the soup. Now she can just wipe it up. Soup. They want soup. Better ask Tiny Clanger about that. Soup. 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 There you are. What about that? Will that do instead of soup? I don't think it will. They can't eat that. Soup! They want soup! And Tiny Clanger will just have to go and fetch some more soup. What's this? The covering has come off. Brown stuff inside. Tastes nice. Small Clanger likes that. Delicious. Very nice. Oh, well, in that case, Tiny Clanger knows what to do. And here she is at the soup wells. Chocolate pennies. Delicious. Soup. Oh, yes. Yes, don't forget the soup. There we are. Look, all gone. Every single piece of chocolate treasure is eaten. Not one left for Tiny Clanger. Oh, yes, Small Clanger has saved her one. She will have to look after it very carefully. No, Tiny Clanger hasn't time to play ball. Tiny Clanger must look after her treasure. The treasure, what about the treasure? Oh, well, that's that then. And perhaps it's just as well. After all, what would clangers want with real money? You can't eat it, can you? And it isn't nearly as much fun to play with as a cotton wool ball from the cotton wool tree. If we look at this Earth of ours, this little planet where we live, we would never realize just from looking at it how complex and convenient the lives of the people who live there have become. One can see no factories, no roads, no cars or railways, no toothbrushes, no plastic mixing bowls. None of the millions of articles that man manufactures to comfort his short life. By comparison, we can imagine how dull and empty must be the lives of beings on other planets which do not enjoy the benefits of a modern industrial civilization. How hard and simple, and sometimes dangerous. There's something coming. Look out, get below. Wait for it. Ooh. The whole thing is smashed to pieces. But look at all that extraordinary stuff. Looks like part of a machine. Yes, and look, the pieces joined together. That piece will join onto the other piece. They could take the pieces indoors and fit them together. Now, what's Tiny Clanger doing? Ooh, that must be part of the machine. They ought to take that indoors. That belongs to the machine. There, look. They fitted it together. That was quick. There it is, and that fits exactly into the slot. That machine looks more or less complete. Ooh, isn't that lovely? What is it? It's a teaspoon, of course. A teapot. Yes, a plastic teapot. Oh, poor Major Clanger. He's exhausted. He's tired out. Small Clanger can have a try. A hat. A pretty hat. Look, Dragon, admire her pretty hat. Well, now, what's this? Looks like a key. Oh, it fits into that switch. Oh, and it turns on a motor. A hat. A hat for Major Clanger. Very pretty. And of course they all want one. Major Clanger will make them all hats. Thank you, that'll do. Stop it now, Major Clanger. He can't stop it without the key. Stopped at last. What a lot of things. They don't want all that stuff. What are they going to do with it all? They could drop it into a hole, perhaps. Oh, perhaps not. Ah, a froglet. Perhaps the froglets can think of something. The top hat. They're going to do a conjuring trick. A woolly rabbit. Yes, but that's no good. They want to get rid of things, not collect more things. Tiny Clanger likes it. But no, there are too many things already. It's vanished. It's gone. Perhaps they could vanish other things. Yes. And that's the last thing gone. Poor Major Clanger, he's worn out. Oh, the woolly rabbit. Tiny Clanger wants that woolly rabbit. And there it is. Say thank you to the froglets. Don't forget the hat. Good night, froglets. Good night, Clangers. The place is going to look a bit empty without all those plastic things. But you know, I think the Clangers may be better off without them.